Hey guys, welcome back to my home. My name is Lauren. So normally on Mondays, we get a Walmart grocery order where we have planned out our week on Sunday night, placed our order, and then first thing Monday morning it's delivered to us. I put everything up and make sure that we have everything that we need for the week for the meals that we planned. But last week, we did a huge no-no. So we stuck to our meal plan, but I went to the store and my husband went to the store, both completely separately, not communicating at all on what we were getting or who was getting what, and we ended up blowing our grocery budget. I mean, we got just a lot of random stuff. Like I went to Aldi, I think I spent like $80 and mostly got snacks. He went to Walmart and got the stuff for Rotel and somehow spent like $100 at Walmart. That's why we don't go to the grocery store. We always have it delivered so that everything is just really intentional. So this week, instead of having a grocery haul, we have a $0 grocery budget for the week. And we are shopping what was in our fridge, our freezer, and our pantry. I'm gonna show you what we did last night. My husband and I sat down. I went through everything and would yell at him what we had, and he would add it to our list for our inventory. And then I sat down with our inventory and planned out our weekly meal plan. This stays on our fridge so the kids can see it anytime, so they know whatever day, they know what we're eating for dinner that night. So I want to show you kind of how we did that and a few resources that I have in the comments for you to make your meal planning even easier. Now, most weeks we would not be able to do a $0 meal plan, but we had so much extra meat and extra food left over from those extra trips to the grocery store last week that it would have been really irresponsible to have yet another grocery delivery this week. So I went through what we had. We had things like, we had 5 chicken breasts that we didn't use last week because last week we made 2 meals with rotisserie chicken. So we had leftover chicken that needs to be that needs to be used up. We had 2.5 pounds of ground beef left over from 1 crock pot of Rotel for Saturday. We had 2 packets of bacon, which I've already used up one of those. I made breakfast for lunch yesterday after church. We had 4 of our smoked sausages, which I usually keep on hand. I usually have about 3, but we still had 4 in the fridge. We had 4 jars of spaghetti sauce. We had 3 pounds of cheddar. Just all of these things that we could make plenty of meals out of. So what I do is I usually go through and check our inventory on Sunday nights, but our inventory is usually not this packed out. So what I've decided to do is probably the last week of the month is to give myself only a meat budget and to spend the week only planning to use things we have in our fridge, freezer, and pantry. So we're gonna shelf cook. We shelf cook throughout my meal planning anyway, but we're gonna start clearing things out at the end of every month because I've noticed that we are starting to accumulate a little more than what I'm comfortable keeping, and I don't want anything to go to waste. So what we planned for this week was tonight, which is Monday night, and I'm gonna show it to you. We're doing a no-peak chicken and rice. I got the recipe from Barefoot Neighbor. I'm excited to try it. I think it's gonna be delicious. I already had everything for it, the rice, the seasonings, the chicken, everything. Tomorrow is Tuesday. I needed something because we have small group on Tuesday, so I needed something I can prepare really fast. We're doing beef tortellini tomorrow. Wednesday, I needed something to feed a crowd because we have our Bible study, so I feed them as well as our family. We're doing barbecue chicken sandwiches, which we had 4 bottles of barbecue sauce left over from last week when we did our husband night for our small group. So we're having barbecue chicken sandwiches, so I can use up some of that barbecue sauce, and we're gonna put it in the crock pot, so you'll have a Croctober recipe from that as well. Thursday, my husband requested taco night, which is gonna finish out our ground beef for the week. Friday and Saturday, we are not going to be home. We're going to actually be in Mobile visiting our oldest for family day at his school. And then Sunday, I want to try out swamp potatoes in the crock pot. My husband's not excited. I am. So that's our week. And let me show you how I planned it. So I have a monthly meal planner, and I write this down every week, what we have, so that by next month, I can go back, I can see what we had, see how often we had it, try to add in some staples, but then do some new recipes as well. So this gives me a monthly overview. I also have a weekly overview in the description box where we've designed an entire meal planning resource for you. That monthly meal planner is in there, as well as a weekly meal planner that has your inventory on it, and theme nights, so it's easier for you to plan. Another resource that's going to be new on this video is I have given you 100 meals, 25 beef, 25 ground beef, 25 chicken, 25 pork, and then a bonus 10 for smoked sausage because we always have smoked sausage, but it is going to just give you easy, affordable meal ideas. It literally says sausage and potato skillet, smoked sausage, diced potatoes, onion, olive oil, fry all to golden. Super easy, one line. This is everything you need. This is how to cook it, and you can keep this in your meal planning binder just for a quick idea of what to have for the night. So I know if I have a lot of chicken, I had 5 chicken breasts to use this week. So I could just go in here and I could do crock pot salsa chicken, Mississippi chicken, chicken Alfredo, honey garlic chicken, creamy ranch chicken. So you have all of these at your fingertips. We're putting them in the description box for you to be able to use as a resource just to make your meal planning a little easier, to make your weeks go a little bit smoother. But yeah, so I will update probably next Monday and let you know how our $0 grocery budget went for the week. If we did end up spending anything, if there was anything we were missing that I thought that we had. Next week, I'm gonna be honest, we might have only a meat budget because we still have meatballs, peas and carrots, corn, broccoli, squash, chicken breast strips, cream cheese, tortellini, tortillas. There's so many things. Like our inventory is stacked up and we need to use some of it. So we're gonna be good stewards. We know that God has blessed us richly with the food that we have, and we need to use that and make sure it's being utilized for our family in the best way, and we're not letting anything go to waste. So I'm excited to update you on how it goes. Have you guys ever done a monthly or a weekly $0 budget? Do you guys reverse meal plan based on what you already have in your inventory? Do you pantry shop each week in your grocery, in your refrigerator, in your pantry, in your freezer? I do that every week as part of our meal planning. So being able to ramp that up this week was actually really fun for me. So I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Look out for some new recipes from me this week. And here we go. Let's save some money on our groceries this week. Bye guys. Have a good one.